Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's your second video of the day on Marvel Contest of Champions, and this one is focused on Colossus. As you know, as part of the community update of certain champions votes, which will be taking place on the 9th and 10th of May, you have an opportunity to vote for these champions here. I'm hoping to get a load of videos out and just look at each individual champion and whether or not there's schemes, reasons and other piddly crap that really point towards let's vote for this particular character. And this video in particular is focused on whether or not Colossus does deserve your vote. Does he damage output well? Have there been new synergies that have been added in the last 12 months which mean that they could potentially handle the content that is put towards them? Let's deep dive this shiz. To begin with, there's only been a few champions that have been added that are new, that add any kind of improvement to the champion. Yeah, you can build other synergies around the character, it's totally up to you. But the fact is, with the addition of a Mega Red, as well as having Domino and Emma Frost, there's not been anything so substantial. Even point of saying about Domino, which you kind of think, hey, would there be something in there? There's a lot of champions covered. The answer is no. In particular, this is all about power gain when you come to have Domino in your side with Colossus, so not really of value to improving Colossus as a very much strong champion. And the only synergies I see of value are number one with Emma Frost, and that being Impenetrable Hide, where there's 15% increased power gain for each armor up buff. So that is helpful, obviously, to get to special attacks and repeating them in. The second one is with a Mega Red, which is Metal Mayhem. With Colossus, it's 20% attack rating for each armor up buff, and well-timed blocks grant an armor buff max 1 stack. Does this mean that I can now go and shouting from the rooftops that Colossus is fine? Do not vote for Colossus, vote for somebody else. The answer is no, that's not the case. Unfortunately, it does seem same principle as the other champions that are in the mix. The damage output is not indeed there. A lot of synergies added in, and the one I can really think of in the list is the Old Man Logan synergy, where he has improved regeneration ability. Now, a champion that had very low amounts now has a better one. Whereas if you look at a champion like this with new synergies that have been added, it is not extensively stacking up the damage. We're not seeing good amount of attack rating. There's an ample amount of power gain, which I rate. I think that's pretty good. But do bear in mind, you need an extensive amount of armor buffs in order to really benefit from that. With the Impenetrable Hide synergy. When it comes to the other one, the Metal Mayhem, yeah, this is when it just, because it's just a max of 1 stack, it's like, well, it doesn't really kind of add more to it. At the time, I'm never really sure with Kabam and the entering in of new synergies and whether or not that is the logical option to then add a revamp to a character. I think for a lot of players, they may feel that this could be a case of, wow, is this very much money-making side of things? You've got to get the new champions in order to get those synergies that are going to improve everyone else. Or you kind of thinking like you're happy with the way that they're doing this, because at the end of the day, it's very scarce when they try and go, right, well, we'll do a rank up and a revamp of the champion, and it's like, well, we have to wait like about half a year in order to receive it. So it's kind of helpful to a degree, but not if you want to take a champion that you may be having a 200 signature, 99 signature that needs to be utilized in your roster. It's your strongest one, you keep getting loads of it. I mean, for a lot of players, they seem to get themselves an Iron Patriot quite a lot of the time, and maybe that is a shout for that. But in the scheme of things, it isn't the best course. Going back to the topic of Colossus, there's amazing potential, as we've always said, with the armor increasing. Now, could the armor increasing translate to something with increased amounts of damage output based on a Fury? Because do bear in mind that Colossus is meant to be as powerful, not as powerful as certain other characters. I mean, we know about, if you know about the comic books, if you've seen Deadpool 2, you know of the run-ins between Juggernaut as well as Colossus, and who comes off the victor, who is the strongest, those kind of things. But you would expect that he would be a bit more beefier in the damage output department, but unfortunately it's a case of just reducing down the damage. If we sway the thoughts towards the armor side of things, if you look at a champion like Red Skull, and the building up of armor means that it's definitely a case you're putting less damage into that champion. We'd like to see that with Colossus, but the difference is we'd like to see damage output with armor. That kind of A with B equals a really decent champion. Also, I'd like to see more when it comes to the champion's special attacks. I do like the idea of the way that the champion does the spinning thing with the L2, and also the drop kick, and also the L3. It's very much a quick amount of animations, which is fantastic. Like, I don't want to spend too much time. I want to get back into the fight, and doing those L1, L2 and L3 animations are very quick, very clean, and then we're on to the next part of the fight. But if more could be done in order to add more aspects to those special attacks and at the same time improve the rate of gaining armor, or whatever Kabam have up their sleeves for this champion, I'm sure they'll really look into the backstory of the champion, what the champion is all about, and how this will function in game and be a lot more powerful. Maybe they can even rework the fact to give him more of a neck, because like just would be, you know, I don't know, like maybe it'd be good to see more of a neck. In any case, that has been the video and another deep dive into the champions for the vote. What are your thoughts on Colossus? Do you think you're going to be voting for him? Do you think your vote is secure somewhere else? Do you have the champion and as a result you're feeling biased towards that? And do bear in mind, this is one of the oldest, or it actually is the oldest champion within the game. So does it indeed deserve your vote because he's waited that long? He's been a very patient Russian, I must admit. In any case, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more Marvel Contest Champions based content. I shall catch you in the next one. Bye bye for now.